They throw, candies and toys.
So they should come through every year. They didn't.
The Tour de France is a way to show to the world your region.
My memory on the television was my mother doing the ironing and watching the Tour de France.
You drive 2 hours away from one town and you will be in a totally different environment, a different mentality, a different food. After 10 years of Tesla Tour, we have now an extraordinary collection of recipes from the 22 different regions.
They always go through those very picturesque little small paths, small roads, and it's postcard perfect. France is beautiful. The Tour de France makes you homesick.
It is necessary to have an evolution, to be creative.
The more simple you do, the best it is. We don't know too sophisticated cuisine, no complex recipes.
French cuisine, it's about sauce.
If you have used a particular wine style as a sauce, or with the way of preparation of the food, you should use the same wine with the dish.
You have to be sharp, you have to be precise. And it's not about how complicated, it's all the thought behind to create something.
Moi, ma philosophie, elle est simple, c'est de faire plaisir aux gens.
We want them to say, wow, that was a great meal and I feel good.
I cannot do a menu without going to the market to see what's happening.
At the market, you see the very best and you say, oh, look at those asparagus. Yes, we are going to have asparagus for dinner.
Avant tout, on a les produits, c'est ça qui est important. S'il y a des produits, il y a la bonne cuisine. Bien sûr. Je pense que c'est toujours numéro 1, parce que finalement, la cuisine française.
The land communicates the true voice through the grape, which will become wine. And that's where we have that relationship between the place of origin and what we drink. So that's where the excitement comes from. This, as a sommelier, that's where I get really excited.
Philosophy, the way we try to make wine is do the minimum as possible in the winery and only reflect the difference of terroirs in the wine.
Butter, we use a little bit of butter.
Think, oh, he's using butter. It's not good for you. Butter is good in moderation.
When I was working with Paul Bocuse, he always say, butter is better. Give me butter, more butter.
Even the salted butter in Brittany, it's amazing.
I'm French, and the French have the best butter in the world.
For the French people, bread is their staple food. Morning, lunch, and dinner.
Croissant in the morning, bread, lunch, and dinner. We like to have bread because we like to mop the plate. We like to mop the sauce in the plate.
Classic dishes have been cooked for hundreds of years. Casserole is amazing. There's many different casseroles, but all of them have got beans. Remember, it's peasant food.
Always duck confit and pork belly as well.
Then it is cooked slowly until everything is cooked.
And if it's very cold outside, it's so good. With a good bottle of red wine, I tell you, it's something.
When I eat, I always think about a wine, or when I'm in France, I always think about something to drink with food.
The French wines are often very friendly with food.
If you want to cook with wine, I always believe it's better to use good wine.
If they go to a restaurant, people would naturally choose their food. They would think about what food has been chosen, and then they choose the wine.
I've seen wine at a very early age. My dad tell me, have a sip, or 4 or 5 years old. We used to have a tiny little bit of red wine, almost like a cordial.
At home, no wine. My father never drank wine. He only drinks cider. Christmas time, New Year's, always oysters on the menu.
At the beginning, you get 6 oysters, and you could not wait for the time where you would be allowed to have 12 oysters.
Oysters came out, and I remember clearly hating them. I could not stand them. And the change is that I can't eat enough now.
For me, 6 oysters is not enough. I need at least 12, and then followed by 12 snails.
I would not mind starting with a dish of little potatoes that I scoop out and poach some oysters that are placed on top of the potato and served with some butter sauce. And then for main course, a daube de canard, a duck dish that was cooked in red wine. Very delicious, very tender.
For the celebration dinner, I would like to cook the lamb navarin, which is the lamb shoulder braised very slowly and served with vegetable.
The amazing thing about French cuisine is that it's extremely regional.
Tour de France has the ability to bring it together because it's more than just cycling. It is the culture, the cultural layer, that layering of all France is, and that's why it actually fits in.